This video is going to be about cleaning and lubricating your bicycle chain, and also a review of this bicycle chain cleaner. I decided to go with this chain cleaner by White Lightning, and the reason I chose this over a high-end tool, for example from Park Tools or Finish Line, is because there's a lot of people out there that you know, own department store bicycles. They paid around $100 for, and I think it makes more sense for them to buy a tool in this price range instead of spending 35 to 40 bucks. This does come with 2 bottles of cleaning solution, and it's enough for four uses. And here's a better look at the front package, and then the back of the package. And if you run out of cleaning solution, they do offer a 16-ounce refill bottle, but I was unable to find that. But that's not a problem. When you run out of this stuff, you can use a product like this Simple Green just to dilute this, and this will last you a long time. You'll probably save a lot more money using the Simple Green than using their White Lightning Easy Clean. So let's get this out and take a closer look at it. So this is a tool out of the packaging. There's 4 things I noticed about this tool right off the bat that's different from the high-end tools. The first thing I noticed is the capacity is a lot less for a cleaning solution, so that could be, the bad part of that is there's less cleaning solution to clean your chain, but the plus is if you can clean your chain in one use, you end up spending less on cleaning solution. Second thing I noticed is there's no magnet to attract any metal particles that come off of your chain. Third thing I noticed is that on the high-end tools there's usually some type of device built into the tool to clean the chain off as it exits the tool so that it makes the job less messy. This one doesn't have anything, it's just straight through. And the last thing I noticed is, well actually there were 5 things I noticed. The 4th thing I noticed is the plastic on this seems a little more rigid than the plastic on the higher end tools, and that could mean that this is more vulnerable to cracking if you drop it, but I don't know. But I'll find out, because I'm going to use this try to use this at least every 2 weeks, and I will update my experiences with this tool in the blog, and I'll link the blog in the description below this video. And the last thing I noticed is, and this is a plus for this tool, is the wheels and bristles in this tool look identical to the wheels and bristles in the high-end Finish Line tool, which is around 35 bucks. So let's put some solution in this and clean the chain. Before I throw the chain cleaning tool on the chain, I thought I'd give you a good look at the, just show you how dirty the chain is, and then we'll do a close-up look afterwards and just see how well it cleaned the chain. You can see it's pretty dirty. So let's fill this with solution. Take this top off and pour the cleaning solution in. And then you attach this to the, put it on the chain like this, attach the top, push it down, latch that in place, and then this fits on the cage of your rear derailleur like that. And after you have the tool positioned on the chain correctly, you just rotate the pedals backwards and let the tool do its job. You do this for 30 seconds. And I can already see where the cleaning solution is kind of coming out. And I forgot to time this. Hold on. And I had this bike on a bike stand, and I had the bike tilted forward. The back end was higher than the front end, and that didn't work very well. So you got to make sure that your bike is level. And that's 31 seconds. So here's a close-up of the chain after 30 seconds of using that tool. Actually a little longer than 30 seconds. And I think it just did a lousy job. I mean, you can see, just look how dirty the chain still is. Look at my hands. So what I'm going to do, let's break out the simple green and fill the tool with simple green and see how that works. Alright, so here's the tool filled with full strength, not diluted, simple green, all-purpose cleaner. And let's run it for 30 seconds and see how this works. So that's 30 seconds. Chain's looking a little bit better. I'm going to go for another 30 seconds. And let's see how the chain looks now. You can see it's a lot cleaner now. Having to use it twice and then going with the simple green. Let me run it for another minute and then let me run it until I'm happy with it, and then I'll be back. So here's the chain after using the tool for another minute and emptying out the old solution and refilling it with some simple green. So I'm happy with the way this looks. This is pretty clean. Then after you get done using the the cleaning tool, take a rag and wipe down your chain and get it dry. I usually like to do this when I'm washing the bike and rinse everything off, but I'm in a shop, so I don't want to use water in here. So I'm going to let this dry and then we'll apply some lubricant to the chain. Alright, so now I'm ready to apply my chain lube, but before I do that, let me just mention some of the reasons why you want to keep your chain clean. Regardless of what type of lube you use on your chain, it will cause dirt to stick to your chain, and if you ride in dirty conditions, that's going to get dirt on your chain, and dirt is an abrasive, and it can cause premature chain wear, it can cause premature drivetrain component wear, it can cause drag, it can cause shifting problems in the bike. So it's kind of important to keep your chain as clean as you can. I'm not real picky about which chain lube I use. There are a dry lube, semi-dry. Which lube you use really kind of depends on what the climate is like where you live. If you're in a desert type climate where it's really dry, you probably want to go with like a dry lube, because there's probably more dust in the air, so less dust will stick to the chain if you use a dry lube. I usually just get a chain lube that's convenient, easy for me to find, and I think is reasonably priced. And I'm going to be using this White Lightning Epic Ride semi-dry bicycle chain lubricant. And the way that I apply it is I will apply it to the inside of the chain, and I just do one pass on each side of the chain so that I get lubricant on all the links. So what I usually do is I find a spot on the chain that I can recognize, like this odd link here, and if you don't have that, you can count how many times you have to rotate the pedals to do one complete turn of the chain. And once I find that spot, I'll take my lubricant and start applying it to the first side. That's one, and then I'll do the second side. And that's two. And that's all I do. It's probably better if you have the patience to sit and put a drop on each link, but I just don't have the patience to sit and do that. So that's how I apply lubricant to the chain. Alright, so some of the reasons why you want to lube your chain is it will reduce that drag that I talked about earlier caused from a dirty chain. That's going to reduce wear, and it will prevent your chain from rusting, which will cause all kinds of problems. But now my conclusion of this White Lightning chain cleaning tool. I like the price, it's really cheap. I don't like the cleaning solution that they gave me. I would definitely, if I was recommending this tool, I would go out and buy some Simple Green to use with it. It is messy. A lot of the solution comes out of here when you're using the tool, so next time I use this, I'm going to use it outside. Let's see what else. And you know how long they recommended 30 seconds to use the machine to clean the chain, but I ended up using it for what is it? What was it? 2 minutes and 30 seconds, or I don't know. You can go back and see what the time was. That probably depends on how dirty your chain was. My chain was pretty dirty, so I'll record how long it takes me the next time. I'll do this in another week or two, and I'll record how long it takes for me to get the chain clean in the blog, and I will update you. I'm going to continue to use this until it breaks or something happens, and I will keep you updated on how this tool works out for me. Just click on the link below this video for a link to the blog, and you'll see updates in the blog. So that is how I clean and lubricate a bicycle chain. Thanks for watching.